Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of On the Paint Table. It's my weekly show about what I got done, what I'm working on, and what is coming up. So today, I finished off a bunch of stuff for Kings of War 3rd edition, basically updating all my movement trays and bases for my Ogre army from 2nd edition, as well as adding some new models, units, and making a pivot system using magnets. So my bases can rotate around the middle, kind of like I did for A Song of Ice and Fire. I've also got some new stuff for my Ogre army / Beastgrave, and also the new 2-player starter set for Kings of War 3rd edition, of which I'll be painting some of the Northern Alliance units and slowly moving my Ogre army into that direction, so I have a second army to play as well. So let's share what I got done and what is coming up. So here we have my Ogre army. This is the 2nd edition chunk of it. We have a unit of Ogre shooters. We have 3 units of Ogre warriors, one with double-handed weapons. They have some crushing strength 2 instead of 1. Then we've got a Ogre warlord now over here, a little fella ready to do some fighting. He's almost a unit of ogres by himself. An Ogre banner bearer for some inspiring, and then Grokkamagak, the big slayer, the murder machine, the killingest of killing jokes. He's a pretty awesome hero piece who leads your army and does a lot of damage. And then new stuff I painted, 2 of the big new giants. I painted them kind of frost giant-y, so they fit with either army. I'll be able to use them in my Northern Alliance or my my regular Ogre army, and I use some of the frost giant bits too. Just I wanted to have kind of a blend in between the standard giant model from Mantic and the other one. And then I painted a Ogre warlock there, humming at some flames. He's got a cool new ability where he gets extra dice to like his lightning bolts and other abilities when he's near multiple units and regiments of armies. So like the sort of ogres rather. So a regiment of ogres gives him +1, horde gives +1 as well, up to a maximum of +3. And it gives me some cool range abilities. And then I got just a new unit of Ogre, just regular regiment guys, with some double-handed weapons. And it's 2,000 points around here. Actually, it's a bit more than that. I think if I drop the Warlord, it's 2,000 points. But I played some games on Monday, and you'll be able to see the Let's Play next week, as well as a GMG review of the 3rd edition Kings of War rulebook, which will be up today. So, yeah, pretty stoked about that. And of course, lots of stuff hopefully coming in the future. Owen's working on his Trident Realms, and they look really sweet. So, we'll have some games coming forward. I got some games with Chase already recorded, so you can look forward to that on Mondays. And here's what stuff that's coming up. First of all, I picked up Hrothgorn's Man Trappers. I mean, it's an Ogre model I don't own, so I had to own it. It's a cool little unit. I'm a bit bummed he's not on a 50. They should have put him on a 50, because then he'd be the same size as a regular hunter, and you could use him as a hunter. He's on a 40. That's okay. He is a unique unit as well, and he's a really cool miniature. I love this model. He's got a super cool crossbow, some like unique Gnoblars, little trap model, and Mornfang. I mean, you can't get everything. It's not the perfect box to basically make a Ogre Manhunter with, you know, all of his accoutrement, but it's still a cool unique unit, and an Ogre I don't know, so I'm gonna paint him up. And then I got the Kings of War 2-player starter set, Shadows of the North. This is a really cool box. I didn't realize how cool this box was. It has the softcover rulebook, which has all the army lists, all the rules for the game. It just doesn't have the background stuff, the big hardcover that you'll see in the review is. And like 2 pretty bananas armies. You get some of these great new plastic Northern Clansmen, which are all multi-part kits, make a variety of units. You get a Ice Kin Hunter with a bow. It's the same as the one that comes in the skirmish game. And you get a regiment of Snow Trolls on 50s. And then for the Night Stalkers, you get the Screecher thing, and a bunch of their standard, like, murder infantry, ghost infantry, and some of the, I think they're horrors? I can't remember what they're called exactly. The big slayery, horror-y things. They're basically the nightmare ogres. They look like aliens from Alien with cleavers, which is pretty horrifying. But it's a great value. You get everything you need to play. I'd say these are maybe like 700-800 point armies, like 750, which is enough to learn the basic rules and maneuvering, mechanicking, and stuff. I got some awesome bases cut, so I can make these forces into some add-ons for my ogres, and then slowly blend them into an army on their own right. Because I mean, that's just the 2 giants is 440 points. So if I get some regiments to unlock stuff, I am well on my way. And I'm going to start, I think, with regiments of Snow Trolls, because it's just a good way to beef yourself up. But my buddy Derek Gibson and his 2 sons cut these for me in a laser cutter. And what I've been doing is I got some just MDF bases, like cheapo MDF bases, some magnets, and made spinners. So it's kind of like a wound dial, basically, but you can spin your units to keep their center where they're supposed to be. There we go. And that way I can do some accurate pivoting when I'm doing my ogres in the game. I tried them on the heroes, and the heroes aren't quite heavy enough, but I did put them on the giants, which is nice. When you do your 90-degree turns, you can mark your leader points and be ready to rock and roll. So there is some stuff coming up. So I got another 6 models painted. Somebody told me the other day that I should start counting big miniatures as more than 1 miniature. I get the concept. It does take a bit more time to do big miniatures, but at the same time, No, it's not. It's how I was raised. It's just one for one. We're not doing it that way. So with the Warlord, the Warlock, the 3 Ogres on the regiment, and the 2 Giants, it's only 6. That's how we're counting. We're doing it the hard way. No easy paths to victory. No shortcuts. And then lots of cool stuff coming up. I'm gonna add that Ogre unit to my my Ogre army so I can give it a try and maybe play some Beastgrave with it. And of course, start with some Snow Trolls, doing some Clansmen, and probably some of the heavy infantry too, the Huskarls. Start blending in some allies for the Northern Alliance until I can shoot over and try Northern Alliance army, which should be super fun. So really enjoying Kings of War 3. Check out the review. It's up here in the cards if you want to check it out. Until next time, Ash. Have a great night. I hope you enjoyed that video. If you want to support the channel, of course, like and subscribe and hit the little bell below so you get notifications when I post future content. I do post stuff 7 days a week. If you want to support the channel further, you can, of course, buy a t-shirt through Spreadshirts, buy a measuring gauge or objective markers from Desperate Designs, or, of course, most importantly, there is Patreon. Patreon is what makes all this possible, keeps the lights on, pays for the studio costs, pays for the equipment, model costs, and everything else, and most importantly, puts food in my kids' bellies and a roof over their heads. Big thanks to everyone, past, future, who supported me. I do this stuff because of you guys, and of course, I will continue doing it as long as I can.